As you get started on the Cardiovascular Practice Transformation Program, also referred to as CPT or Flip the Pharmacy, you will be asked to identify patients with various cardiovascular conditions to work with and monitor with a goal of making interventions and helping to ensure the best health outcomes for our patients. In this training video, we will explore how to help individuals with hypertension.
Hey, Scott, I've got some new medication here for you that I want to go over.
Sounds good. My doctor said my blood pressure is running a little high.
Well, this medication's definitely going to help out with it. It's over here. I do want to go over and just check and see if your doctor mentioned anything about monitoring your blood pressure at home.
Yeah, it was mentioned, but I think I can tell when my blood pressure is pretty high.
Okay. Many people aren't often aware when their blood pressure is like running high or not. Would you mind telling me kind of what you notice when you're experiencing that high blood pressure?
It's difficult to describe, but I think I just know.
Okay. Would it be all right with you if I kind of shared the benefits of monitoring your blood pressure?
Sure.
And kind of showed you how to do so?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So knowing your blood pressure is really important for a couple of reasons. First, we want to make sure that this medication's working well for you, that it's not causing you to get too low, but that it's also not having you stay too high at the same time. Did they kind of talk to you about the risks of having high blood pressure?
The risks I don't really recall. They did say my blood pressure was running high, and I probably needed to lower it by taking medication.
Yeah. The big reason for wanting that blood pressure at like a healthy range is it's going to reduce the chance for different heart complications in the future, like heart attacks and strokes. Now, let me show you how this works.
After teaching about how to take blood pressure, use a tool to measure your patient's understanding and willingness to comply with the agreed plan. The easiest way is to use a scale and track their progress over time.
Okay, Scott, so we've gone over how to take your blood pressure at home and kind of the benefits of that. I do have a few final questions that I want to ask you. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being not at all and 10 being very comfortable, how comfortable and confident do you feel about taking your blood pressure at home?
Well, after everything you showed me and we talked about, I'm at a 7, maybe an 8.
Okay, 7 or 8's pretty good. What makes you say that over a lower number like 5?
Well, going over it made it seem easy and it doesn't take very long. But again, I'm pretty busy and I forget things at times. And the positive side is I've got a pretty big family and I want to stick around and be around for them.
That's a really, really good motivation. I do want to now ask you about the opposite. What makes you say a 7 or an 8 over like a 9 or a 10?
Well, I'm just worried I'm not going to be able to do it every day. And I'm going to, with my schedule, I'll probably just forget. And I don't want to set my expectations too high that I can't get there.
You know, it's pretty good to set some realistic goals and that you're already kind of thinking about what might get in the way of taking that blood pressure. The good thing is that once we do get you to your blood pressure goal, you're not going to have to check it every single day. It's going to be maybe like once or twice a week.
Now that is more manageable. I could do that.
Yeah, you just have to put the work in now.
Yeah,
exactly.
Gotcha.
And it'll be even easier. To make it even easier for you, I'll send you home with some blood pressure monitoring sheets that I've got here so that you can help keep track of that at home. And we'll plan to see you in about a month and just bring that sheet in with you, okay?
Yeah, that works for me. Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you in a month, Scott.
After your initial visit, you will be meeting with patients one-on-one for follow-up of their conditions you are helping to monitor. In this scenario, we will demonstrate how to properly use motivational interviewing when meeting with your patients to talk about blood pressure.
All right, Scott. So after our first visit, I printed you off some blood pressure monitoring sheets. Did you bring those with you today?
Yeah, I did. I've got them right here.
Okay, thank you.
From here, there are a few ways this conversation could go. Let's first see what not to do.
Okay, so, it looks like after our last visit, you were doing pretty good, but, doesn't look like you've been testing as much as we want you to. We really want you to be checking these once a day.
I try, but I forget at times when I get busy. It's only a few times I've missed.
I mean, we've talked about like reminder tools that you can use. Have you tried any of those
No,
at all?
I
No,
didn't.
well, I mean, seems like it could really help you out with remembering.
Well, I'm
I mean,
trying it.
But like, you've been forgetting to take your blood pressure. Are you also forgetting to take your medication as well?
I mean, yeah, everyone forgets to take their medications sometimes. I don't see the big deal.
I mean, the big deal is that, this can cause you to have a heart attack or worse, like you could die if you don't get this under control.
Now, this is a bit of taking it to the extreme, but I think you get the point. Let's go back and try again using motivational interviewing and see how differently it plays out.
All right, Scott. After our last check-in, we gave you some blood pressure monitoring sheets for home. Did you happen to bring those with you today?
Yes, I have them right here.
All right, thank you. Okay, looks like your blood pressure's been starting to go up recently. Why do you think that might be?
Well, I've missed a few doses of my medication, and I've been hitting the fast food lines a little bit more than usual.
Okay. Everybody forgets their meds now and again. I know that I'm guilty of that as well. During your last check-in, we also talked about some different reminder tools. Have you tried any of those yet?
To be honest, I forgot what they were after our meeting, and I haven't been able to try any.
Okay, that's fine. We can help set those up for you while you're here today if you want. Then you don't have to worry about doing them at home.
That'd be great. I got so much going on recently that trying to remember everything every day is pretty hard.
That's understandable. Would you want to talk about what's going on and maybe how that's affecting you?
I mean, it's just about work. It always picks up this time of year. I'm working longer days, stuck at the office. I even missed my kids' school play last week because I had to stay at the office.
I really appreciate you trusting me enough to be able to tell me that. Those are some big and important moments in everybody's life, and it would be difficult for you to miss those. And it's more than enough of a reason to start to raise your blood pressure.
Thank you for understanding that. I was honestly worried about coming back for the check-in because I didn't know what you'd say.
It can be really intimidating when you know that those numbers might not look the best. But you're a lot more than a number, Scott, and it's really important that we get to know what's going on in your life because, like we found out, there's lots of stuff that's going on, and that's having a significant impact on your blood pressure.
That means a lot to me. I appreciate that.
Of course. Let's come up with a plan to help you kind of be successful. Obviously, right now is a very stressful time. Would you be interested in working on some stress management or mindfulness techniques to kind of help out with your blood pressure?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I think it sounds like a good idea.
You're welcome. So let's go ahead. We'll schedule your next appointment. We'll set you up with those reminder tools to help with your medication and taking those blood pressure measurements. And I'll also print you off some more of those sheets and some other helpful handouts. Does that sound like a realistic plan?
That sounds like a good plan. Thank you.
As you can see, empathy can help us understand the world that our patients are in. By doing this, we are helping to ensure our patients have the best health outcomes that work for them. We are very excited to support your progress as pharmacists and thank you for participating in the CPT program.